Hi there, gorgeous people. Welcome back to part 4 of the Mahadasha discussion of the very basic concepts. After we finish with the basic, then of course we'll go to the advanced level of these things. So, the first Mahadasha now we'll discuss in this one is Ketu Mahadasha. The pretty heavy duty one which scares the jeepers out of the most so called brave people. It lasts for a period of 7 years, and these 7 years will feel to the person going through it as 70 years. Feels like a lifetime for them. The reason is Ketu is the sky spirit. Ketu stands for the sky, the spirit, the otherworldly. Also, some of the qualities of Ketu will always come into play in this Mahadasha, which is to say, all kinds of sudden events. Ketu and Rahu bring sudden events. That's why maybe they are malefics in that sense. Without a warning shot, they will come. And Ketu has a tendency to cut off things abruptly from your life. It may be relationships, it may be money, it may be jobs, it may be anything. Okay? People, places, things, you take your pick. Wherever Ketu is placed in your chart, it will cut you off from those people. I know of a person who is going through the Ketu Mahadasha and she's constantly having fights and her family is cutting her off because Ketu is in the second house. So Ketu Mahadasha is a very hardcore in that sense. It's not up to you to figure out what will happen. Ketu will bring it and cut off things from your life. Why? Because Ketu wants to bring all your intuition back to the forefront, so to speak. Within Ketu Mahadasha, you will unwrap all your intuition if you are meditative minded. It will help to a great degree if you are one who meditates. This is one of the useful things for all the spiritual minded people. To start meditating, focus. Let's go from the top of this list. Element is fire, therefore it is destructive. When you say fire, in case of Ketu, it is the spiritual fire. Your soul fire, you might say. The guna is outcast, which means to say Ketu wants nothing to do with mainstream society, mainstream religion, mainstream anything. Mainstream any money, any clothes, any outer appearances. Ketu does not have any use for these things, really. So all these things like Naga sadhus or yogis or ones who run off to the meditation or ashram to meditate or find who they are, quote unquote, they have a very strong Ketu in them, in their chart, or are running Ketu Mahadasha, one of the two. People just don't run off from society to quote unquote find themselves. Either they are in Rahu or they are in Ketu. Rahu we shall see next, whenever. Right now, let's focus on Ketu. The caste is mystic or a renunciate. Saturn is called Shrama or work. Ketu is Ashrama. That's why people run out to ashrams. They are the mystics, they are the renunciate. It's one of the integral parts of human living is to renounce also. Not just enjoy all the material goods, but a stage comes to renounce. This is why Ketu is very exalted in the 12th house. In the 8th house, it becomes a researcher. In the 12th house, it just gets rid of all the stuff because none of that mattered anyway to begin with. That's Ketu. Therefore, the chakra associated with Ketu is Agnya chakra, the third eye. That's the true wisdom. That's your spirit. And this is why during Ketu Mahadasha, if you are running one, please learn to focus on your third eye and meditate. Okay, you might be doing things like mantra japa, you might be doing any one of these things, isn't it? Whatever suits your perspective, wherever you are, but learn to get into a meditation. Find out what resonates with you. Really, very strong suggestion of mine. Because this can be tough on the most gentle souls. Psychology is one of withdrawal, introspection, disinterest in material life. Because Ketu is the opposite of Rahu, which is all interested in material life. It can pretend spirituality, but essentially it's a materialist, and Ketu is the true spiritualist. The life themes of Ketu Mahadasha will include loss of illusion, whatever illusion you had up till that point, because you had a lot of them, isn't it? All of us do. We accumulate garbage from the society in terms of, who you are, what you are, your society, your religion, you're this, you're that. I have to find myself. You got to do this, you got to do that. All of this utter nonsense that we are surrounded by, more so now in the case of social media and Instagram and all that rubbish. It cuts you off. Ketu will cut you off from all of those illusions. Suddenly you'll find a loss of interest in material stuff. Therefore, loss of illusion. All material stuff is illusory. We know this. And therefore, it grants liberation of kind. Liberation from what? From your own illusions. From the societal illusions which we have borrowed and grown up with. Therefore, it gives you a mental clarity, a spiritual sense of clarity and sharpness. Ketu is sharp. It is denoted by a headless person, only with a body and holding a sword in hand. Therefore, it cuts off all the stuff that it can, anything that comes across the Ketu will cut off abruptly. Person will not even know why this is happening, but it will happen in the way that it is sitting in your chart. It's specific to each chart. It will also cut off whatever is 12th from the house where Ketu is sitting in, by the way. Karmic closures. Ketu Mahadasha, if a person comes, not everybody will live a Ketu Mahadasha, by the way. It depends upon your structure of Mahadasha, like I said in the previous podcast. Where is your moon nakshatra in the natal chart? Progression starts from there. So obviously, all humanity is not undergoing Ketu Mahadasha at any time. But it will give karmic closures. It's a closing aspect. You're closing many doors. This is the good news. However, the weird news, if you will, it's not going to give you in the style and in the way you will consult any Vedic astrologer even. It is very unique to you. What your maternal ancestral DNA is. Ketu, I have spoken in the shorts, also is your maternal ancestry DNA, the mitochondrial DNA that will kick in. And it will start closing or removing things from your life. People, places, things, attachments of any kind. Ketu is detachment 101. So there will be no pretensions left of any kind when you talk of Ketu Mahadasha. The Antardasha durations will go to 13 to 20 month cycles, since this is a 7-year overall period. And it will go from Ketu Venus, Ketu Sun, Ketu Moon, and so on. We shall see Antardasha details later on. I'm just covering the base groundwork here, just so that you get an idea of what a Mahadasha brings. We'll first go through the Mahadashas, of course. The Ketu Mahadasha, what does it do in essence? Activates mastery from previous lives. The south node of the moon is everything to do with past life. That means whatever leftover karma was there, it gets rid of that very fast. And then it exposes the truth inside your mind, inside your intuition, and it brings you sometimes with a twist of arm, sometimes with a very harsh tone. That's why it is a malefic. Very, very harsh. This can be very harsh, Ketu Mahadasha on people. They will tell you, go ask a person who has gone through Ketu Mahadasha what life was like. And they will have songs to sing about this. Seriously. You can see on YouTube all the people who talk of Ketu Mahadasha. The people who say it's going to bring you a lot of money are just joking with you, okay? I've seen this. I'm like, seriously, dude, you need to get a life, So, Ketu Mahadasha is mastery from previous lives. The south node is what you bring in from your maternal ancestry. And The way to deal with this Mahadasha overall is just to meditate. You cannot handle something like spirit, your soul energy, your what you need to be doing actually in that period. You cannot know from people, places, other things. You can research all you want, but it essentially has to come from you. So the only suggestion I have, which is the best one, which invariably works with all the people in Ketu Mahadasha, is to meditate. And if you are the one who's too absorbed in materialism throughout life, and then Ketu Mahadasha comes in, these people have it the hardest, always. Because now it is removing all the materialism, isn't it? I'll see you in the next Mahadasha. Meanwhile, take care. Be safe.